Okay, we're live on YouTube. What is going on? Hold on, give me a second. Give me another second. Looking for my headphones. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. For some reason, I misplaced one of my headphones. It's been one of those days. Back again. Just trying to make this thing work. Okay, I really don't have anything super planned tonight. My first one. How are you doing this evening? First of all, can you hear me?
Well, I guess you're winging it. It can be like a first test one type of thing because it is you need to plan. I don't know, but it could be freewheeling for your first one.
Yeah, you're right. I need to I
But
need
I
to be, but got what I got. So oh, it's got to be smarter than the equipment.
ooh, the voice, the equipment, something's going on.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. Um, give me a second.
Sure, these cameras pick up everything.
Yes, yes, they do. But I'm live on YouTube,
Well, I fixed that.
and like I said, I'm still trying to make this thing work. I'll get it there one day. I may not get there with you, but one day it's gonna happen, and we're gonna make it work.
Oh,
Sometimes
you
you
went to
just gotta
Chick-fil-A?
know. I did. Yes, I did, but I got Daniel something.
So you figured you'd get you a drink on the way.
So it was his drink.
Well, I cooked and I gave some to Janice.
Okay, that's good.
Man, I'm about to see that. Realized our food for tomorrow is over there.
That sounds like a plan.
Sounds like a
Definitely
winner.
sounds like a yeah, definitely. I'm still trying to figure out. Um, I'm gonna try one more thing. Give me a second.
This is good. This could just be a way of having regular conversation with you, like when I'm on the phone. But just since you don't have anything planned, I was like working on my birthday trip, sort of.
So let's talk about your birthday trip. Where you plan on going?
I'm planning on going to St. Lucia. The hardest part is
Okay.
I think I've decided I'm not really a trip planner because I think it sounds good in my head, but getting implementing it. So I think from now on, I will just, I mean, I'll still plan trips, but I don't necessarily care either way those people go. So either way, yeah, it's good. All is well. I feel like it's cool. I would love to have more of my friends and fam come along, but I know how it is. It's hard to count people's pockets.
Yes, but I'm sure you've done your due diligence and let them know about a year in advance.
Yeah,
Things
but even with that, yeah, I did. So it is what it is. But all in all, I still think it'll be fun. It's always fun for me to be away.
got
Yes.
you. I'm going to show you a video I made,
Okay, let me
and
see.
you get the rated. Hold on, you get the rated from 1 to 10.
Okay.
It's for my guys in blue. Phi Beta Sigma Turning Incorporated. Hold on, here it is. Wait a second.
This is good practice for you to get your like sharing on point and all your. How many screens do you have? One or two?
Two.
Okay.
Two. Let's see. Wait a second. Okay, it's the world premiere. My first video.
Okay.
Can you hear it?
No. So make sure you're sharing audio. Yeah, I still don't hear it.
Hold on.
Okay.
Try this again.
Mhm.
But you did see it, though, right?
Yes.
Okay, let's go back to the beginning. So that was my world premiere.
That was good. So critique it in terms of, I mean, the music was good. I felt like the visuals were good. Um, is there a length of time that you were looking at to make it?
No, I just did that. I just did that during one of my meetings today.
Oh,
So
okay.
it was just something I put together for some of the Sigma guys I know. You know, they showed me love, I showed them love.
Okay. That's
So there'll be three more next week,
oh
13th to 15th, 16th. I like shout out my Divine Dive people.
yes, I do. I definitely know that.
But with I was hoping that Miss Haney would be on tonight.
I did not even send it to Matheny. I did send it to Latanya and Dee, but I sent it to them like just now when you sent it to me. So
That's all right.
I will see,
That's that'll
but
definitely work.
I will definitely give them more advance notice. Katie was asleep because you know what's funny? No, I know she was asleep. I was talking to her, and then in
Right.
the midst of our conversation, she like stopped. So I know she fell asleep on me. I said, yeah, like on a she's a early bird. I need to practice. This is good because this is before I have my new 10 o'clock bedtime that I'm trying to implement. So we will see if I go
Good
upstairs. I
luck
don't know
with
if it's
that.
gonna work tonight. I got the kitchen table a mess with paperwork because I was like organizing and trying to find stuff. And
Good luck. Good luck with that. Hey,
I know.
we all got our things. We all got our things. I just want to ask you a question. I'm going to ask this on Thursday during upscale up for you, but since you can be kind of my guinea pig, my question for that week, for Thursday night is,
All right.
what's more important, intimacy or intercourse in a relationship? I say again, intimacy or intercourse in a relationship.
Ouch. That's an interesting question. And I just feel like probably as a more mature but immature woman, I'm gonna probably say probably intercourse, which sounds so, I don't know, probably like not the most politically correct, mature thing to say, but I feel that way. But I'm thinking, I think they're both probably equally important, but I feel like it just depends on the stage you're at in your maturity, because I won't say age or development as to what is more important. So this is an
So
interesting question, and I'm
were so when you were younger, when you were younger, um, and had your still sowing your wild oats, what was more important? If a guy said, "Hey, I want to get up with you and do a couple of things to you," how did you want intimacy? You wanted to be held, or did you wanted somebody to be a line backbreaker?
I think I don't know if I ever went through that phase that you're discussing. That's the problem. I feel like I don't know, maybe I just didn't necessarily get approached in that way. So, and I feel like maybe at that age, probably more intimacy because of how you're raised to kind of like, be the, I don't know what that is, but more virtuous type of girl. And, so I think then you don't want someone to just like worry about intercourse. I feel like that's more when you kind of get older and you're more comfortable with your sexuality that you can probably say that you're probably feeling free or comfortable enough to speak the truth. Whereas I feel like when you're younger, you might want more of the intimacy per se. Well, as a younger female, I feel like maybe for males it's probably different. And being
Yeah, that's
raised how
true.
I was raised.
That could definitely that definitely you know that definitely could be the issue. Is that
Yes.
when your hormones are hot and ready, it doesn't really matter. But as you get older and you want to figure out, say, um, you then want it to be a better person, and you just want to give the person a better experience, you might say, okay, let's go down to let's go down to make this let's cuddle, let's hug, let's spoon, let's get close to each other, but we don't have to do we don't have to actually have to do the intimacy. And then it also depends on the stage of your relationship, in my opinion. If you had hot and heavy at first, and
Yeah.
you plan on being a life partner to that person, after a while, unless you start spicing it up, um, a lot of times you're just gonna be you'll be okay, but you'll be like, man, does this person always want something? What do they want? What do they need?
That's true
What do they
too.
desire?
That is true too.
That's, you know, that's so we have another person on. Just I'll ask her when she comes on.
Mhm.
But yeah, and okay, you have children. So what would you tell your children about what's more important to maintain a healthy relationship?
Oh man, I think that's question is for someone who's been able to do it. So sometimes I don't necessarily think of myself as uh, the best one to respond to those type of inquiries or questions because so I don't know that I would honestly say I'm struggling with that because to be honest I'm not sure. So and sometimes when you think to yourself if it hasn't worked out well per se for you, do you want to necessarily give advice on that type of stuff? That's how I feel. So I
Yeah,
I, I
but I
don't know.
mean, it doesn't have to be the best advice, but it's better than no advice.
So what would I tell them about what? Say it again.
Saying if sometimes you have to just say what you feel, and hopefully they understand that and take that.
I mean I feel like one of those things is I feel like prioritize yourself is something I tell people because I feel like sometimes as women you're like worried about pleasing everyone else.
That's a Yeah, no, I can definitely understand that.
All
I can
right.
definitely understand that. But a lot of times you have to look at a lot of times we're selfish and sometimes we're selfless. Um,
True.
which one should you be? Should you be selfish and only go for yours, or should you
No,
be
I think it's a
selfless?
combination. I definitely think it's a combination. You have to work
Okay.
to make sure everyone's mutually getting what they need.
And that's a balancing act. That's
Yes.
definitely a balancing act. And that's
But that's life.
yeah, yeah, life happens like that. Miss Latanya, how you doing? Come off mute, please. Latanya, Miss Antunes,
Actually, you said it right the
and
first time.
here. Okay. Hey, trying to I'm trying to be okay with that. The question tonight, Latanya, if you can hear, um, what's more important
She said she
for
can't
a
unmute
household?
herself.
Hold on, I go through that all the time. Let me see if I can unmute you.
You know why she might not can't see the button. Sometimes I go through that.
Okay, yeah,
I feel like if you
I
go
can
to
only ask
part
you to unmute.
if you go to participants, you should be able to do that.
Trust me, I can only mute and ask to unmute. Trust me, I
Well,
was trying to do that. I'll get it right one day.
yeah, don't
I
worry.
will get it right one day. But those are the kind of questions that's gonna be my question for Thursday. Um, it's going to be pretty interesting hearing the answers.
Oh, she's saying it's saying
You gotta
unable
pay
to.
your cable bill. You gotta pay your cable bill. I don't know that. Hey, that sound like a you issue. I don't know.
That is not.
But okay, if you can hear me, you can't. You obviously can hear me, right?
Yeah,
Hear us.
she's responding in the chat.
Okay. The question is, what's more important, intimacy or intercourse with your significant other?
Why'd you have to leave that caveat? No,
Well, if you out there in the streets, you out there in the streets. I'm not gonna ask. I'm not gonna change anything. You know, it is what it is. Oh, there she go. Hey there, young lady. Still can't hear you, but you can type
I
it in the box if
know.
you want. Intimacy and why? And why intimacy?
Oh, she put the answer. Oh, see, I can't even see the chat. I was like, how did you
You gotta go
see?
to
She's like, I
view
want to talk.
and
I don't have
on
time to type all this.
your on your computer, um, go to
Oh, I see it now.
go
I see it.
to.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Are you on your computer or are you on your phone, Latanya?
Bone. You
Because
know
I
where
can. Okay. Oh, you're
wait,
on
I
your
know
phone.
where it is on
Okay.
your phone. You got to touch your screen sometimes, hover, and you will see the little microphone. Oh, she sees it, but it just says unable. That means, I wonder why it's saying unable. Oh, yeah, it's saying unable. Oh, maybe it's something with the setting.
Okay. I'm gonna put you in the waiting. I'm gonna put you in the waiting room. See if you can. Or drop off. Here's recommendation. Drop off. Come back in, and before you go and put a microphone, and it should put in for sound, and you should be able to get in. Okay. I'm not a good lip reader. I can't even read those type of lips either. So, y'all be trying to make a man a mind reader. We can't read no minds. But yeah, that's it. What are your plans for the summer?
I mean, I plan on chillaxing. That's why I need to get my bill life together, so I don't have to work as much. But in between my going to Bali, which I was looking up my thing, and then doing a Canada weekend, I don't know, visiting family, friends, enjoying the warmth of the sun.
What part of Canada?
Huh?
Saying what part of Canada did you look at visiting? Toronto,
Toronto, Toronto,
Ottawa,
Mississauga.
Montreal.
Yeah, no, we're
Okay,
not going on. Toronto, Mississauga. Yeah, that's it.
Hamilton.
Maybe Hamilton, yeah, because
Got a
it's all.
nephew in.
And then
I got a nephew in
Teresa
Hamilton.
lives in, where does she live? Drigby? Kirby? I should know. Oh Lord, I should know.
So tell me about yourself, Miss Andreen, for my audience. Um,
I'm super
where were you
fun
born?
and friendly and like to smile.
Yes, I see that.
Yeah, and
Where were
pretty
you
much
born?
happy.
You seem like the typical black woman. What state was you born in?
I wasn't born in any state here. I was born in
Okay,
Jamaica, Kingston, in my mother's house. I was,
Jamaica.
yes, I was the baby she was afraid to go to the hospital to have.
Why is that?
Because her first baby, I think I didn't know him, of course. They like, I don't know if they like during the childbirth, it seemed like it was some type of trauma. So he was like he had cerebral palsy and he didn't survive very long. Maybe
Hmm.
it was a little bit long, maybe like a year or so, but I mean I never got to meet him. I came along
And
after.
how I mean, how much would have been the distance of your older brother?
There you go asking questions I'm not sure. I'm saying maybe 2 or 3 years, but I don't know for sure. I feel like I've seen pictures of him. He looked like he was long and tall. Because I felt like they had one somewhere back in our house in Jamaica.
Um, but yeah, I see you have a lovely smile, and I like your hair
Thanks. My students like my hair
and the
today too.
stylish clothes and
And
the stylish clothes you wear. You know, if there's
I
something
know
I
I was
can
gonna
do
see if I
just to
could
show
do
you
this
how much I really
podcast
care.
while I was working out. But I see I got to
You're
participate. I
back.
can't be on the treadmill. It says the audio is
She can hear,
connected.
but she
Ooh,
can't.
the audio might come on. We are definitely like the testers here.
Definitely.
Oh, it
It
said
still won't
audio is
do it.
connected. Use Wi-Fi. You know, it
Well,
asks you on your phone if you should use Wi-Fi when you're coming in. Oh, you put
she
that?
is using Wi-Fi. That's why I
Oh,
told her behind to pay the bill. See, if you'd have
that's
paid the
not what it
bill.
is. No, I did.
she's like, I pay my bill. I ain't need no man to pay my bills because I pay my own bills. My bills pay the bills. But your stuff don't work. So
Okay. I'm sitting up on here. That's what I was doing. Steady like pretending to not
so
pretending. Looking at my bills. Okay.
okay, then Miss Latanya, I'm gonna ask you to type something out. Okay. At what age did intimacy pass intercourse in your age? And when you said that having, because we all go back and forth, we vacillate on which one is more important. But in your time, what was more intimate when did intimacy pass intercourse? She's typing. For me,
Oh,
I'm gonna tell you for me, it was about 36, 37, because I still wanted to, nail everything in sight. But that's not the way to live. So when I was younger, I didn't want foreplay was what more than just a number higher than three play. So I was just trying like I was like a squirrel just trying to get a nut. But as I got older,
no.
I realized there's a lot better things to do with your time than to be thrusting up and down and side to side, hanging off of chandeliers and ceilings. I'm too old for that now. But
Never hanging.
laying next to someone and just their enjoying their essence. That's what's up. That's what's up. Except when they try to put cold hands on your body. I don't like that. Not one bit. You know what I mean, Miss Dream?
No, I have no idea what you're speaking of at all.
Okay, okay. All right then.
I'm
I'll leave
like,
that one alone.
yeah.
I'll leave that one alone. But as far as, things like that, yeah, yeah, I know it's not fun, but some people, some people get a sick, perverted twist off of it. I ain't gonna mention no names, Latanya. No, I'm joking. I'm joking, audience. I'm joking. But anyway, yeah, I know the national championship was last night, Washington and Michigan, and Washington got their handed to them, their heads handed to them.
Was that
And
football?
you know what I was? Yeah, college football playoff. You know
Okay.
what I was doing last night while it was on?
Sleeping?
Yes, I was. Because
Because I
I
think,
go to bed early. 10 a.m. is a new 3 a.m., in my opinion.
you mean 10 a.m.
So
or 10 p.m.?
10 p.m., 10 a.m. I'll sleep at 10 a.m. also.
I wish I could sleep at 10 a.m., but I'm trying to make 10 p.m. my bedtime. That's my goal. Or at least be up in the bed space, actually laying in there.
But no, I got you. I got you. But it's one of those things that you have to look at and be like, I gotta purpose myself. No drinking caffeine after a certain time. No sugary food after a certain time. See, a brother like me get that reflux going if I eat too late. So I try not to eat too late because I don't need to be sitting up like it's bad enough I'm doing that already. But tell me, what is what would be a great day for Miss Andrine?
What would be a
Meaning,
great
like Ice
day?
Cube said he had a good day. Like Ice
Oh,
Cube had a good day. What would be a great day for Andrine?
I mean, vacation, chilling, having everything I want to eat and relaxing on a beach. I don't know. Great days are days, most days are great days. I would be lying if I said they weren't. They're fine. I cannot complain. And I don't complain because all
Hey,
is pretty much
if you
well.
complain, nobody ain't gonna care anyway.
Exactly. So at the end of the day, yeah, I don't necessarily have most of my days, to be honest, which is a good thing. I would say are great days. I mean, they are what they are. They could be better. Great days, maybe when I don't have to go to work. If I could just, be kind of taken care
Well,
of. But then again, I'd probably get bored. I need to find something to do, but I don't know what that would be. So that's why it's hard to define.
so what is your passion?
I don't know. I never know what
What
that is.
what
So I,
makes
I think that's so interesting. And I'm happy for people that know what their passion is, but I don't know necessarily what that entails yet. I still feel like I be telling my students, I'm grown, but I still don't know what I want to be when I grow up. So you're just doing something in the midst of trying to figure it out. And maybe I'll never figure it out. Maybe whatever I'm doing is what I'm supposed to be. So that's why I don't worry about it.
and what I realize is that very few people get to do what they love.
Mm,
And I mean, but in order to do a job, in order to be long at it, you get to a point where you tolerate the job. Now,
right.
there aren't jobs that are around that you can just walk into and make tons of money, and that not everybody at your job is for you. So you have to take that into consideration. A lot of times we look at each other and we're like, there's some coworkers you be like, I ain't got nothing but love for you.
Right.
Some other ones you like, when they gonna retire or they need to go. And they just rub you the wrong way. Now I'm in my army career, I did about 31 years in the army. And there were plenty of times when I was younger and I was enlisted and then became an officer. When I was younger, listening was not one of my skills. I thought but I knew everything. I was a 19-year-old smart behind. I thought I knew everything. And I used to get humbled a lot. So then I figured I didn't want to be bossed around no more. So I went to become an officer. So I went to college. Benedict College, Columbia, South Carolina, where I pledged Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated. So nice they named us twice. We just had our Founders Day on the 5th of January.
Yes,
Today's
it
today, January 9th, for the Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated, my brothers in blue, they do what they do. But anyway, so when I went back in, I was married with a child, with a barely 1-year-old child when I went back in as an officer. It was challenging because we was broke. And I'm not talking about didn't have money. We was broke. Like we were fancy broke. We were okay. So, but we managed to make it because the good thing about being broke is that you learn how to prioritize. The bad thing is about being broke is that we don't teach our children about money management, and they run out and they're spending money like they saw you spend money, even though they didn't know the story behind why you spent money the way you did. And finance, especially in our community, the melanated community, we do not point kids in the direction of wanting of making sure that they're not in the same position that we are. and we just, we said, well, they'll figure it out on their own. I figured stuff out on my own, and it wasn't easy. I had bad credit for like almost 20 years. So I bought my first house in 2004. I was, I mean, I really didn't know how to save. You know, I learned, I spent a little bit, but I was I was buying things that I wanted and would almost resort to begging for what I needed. We all got, we all have family members that do that. You just hate for them to come around because they coming out with their hand out. They hand out, and then when you give them the money, you got to chase them down like they owe you child support. So it's one of those things. So I learned, I had to learn the hard way. I have to say no, but to ask the right questions. Some people just want you to talk. Some people just want you to listen to them. Sometimes you really don't want to be hearing those stories. So it's a balancing act. Um, I've learned to be a decent listener. I'm not a great listener. I do listen though. I do listen. I'm not, but it's a skill. One story I had, I was a lieutenant in the army in Germany, and we were having a meeting with all the leadership, and our battery, we had in field artillery and air defense artillery, they're called batteries, not companies. Our battery commander was talking to transition to the next higher guy was a battalion commander. And he wanted us to stand up in the table, slap the table, and say loyalty, and then spout off something. So he's going around the room asking everybody how that was. And you know what my dumb behind did?
What?
Guess what, Miss Latanya? Guess what I did? I kept it. You're right. I kept it 100. That was stupid. That was stupid. I thought he wanted to know my opinion. One of the things that I needed to work on was to not go off the edge. And I was always going to be honest. I was always going to try to be truthful, but you don't have to be brutal with shouldn't sugarcoat anything, but you have to know who you're talking to and how much of direct, straight, no chase the truth they can take. Because some people you can tell the truth to and they're like, yeah, I understand. Some people automatically go into defense mode and then they mad at you for something that they did. So it's important to understand not everything you have inside you needs to come out at that particular time because it may be detrimental to your health, your career, your life. So that was one of my crazy army stories and me not having any tact. I'm a lot more diplomatic now than I was 33 years ago. But you live, you learn. You either fly or you burn. But those are the things that kind of what I wanted to talk about. I've been on about a little bit under an hour. I just wanted to get this thing on the road and making sure I'm working out the bugs. And I want to thank y'all. I appreciate y'all coming on my show. And next week, if you have friends, invite your friends. They don't have to come on Zoom. They can go on YouTube and Facebook. I got them everywhere. So I'm gonna close this out tonight, and I want to thank each and both of you. And if you're out there in TV land, 8:30 every Tuesday, come for some levity, come for the brevity. I say what I mean what I say. I'm A-OK and I don't play. I can rhyme because I do it all the time. This is Dr. Feelgood. Never make love by the garden gate. So love is blind, the neighbors ain't. Till next week, people. Peace out.